Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nick, aka Dad, and today we're not working on the Bronco. We're working on the family truckster again. And this time, just one of those things that you kind of had to figure it out with a couple parts. So, let's get started. All right, everyone. Well, we're into this. This is our 2011 Grand Caravan, and going to show you today how to change out a window motor. Now, how do we know it's a window motor? Well, we ordered a switch panel because I thought at first maybe it was just a switch. I wasn't hearing like the motor was working, but I thought, you know what, easiest, because the switch is super accessible right here on top. You just pop it out from the top. So we got one, put it in. It didn't do anything. It lit up, it locked and everything. All the other windows worked, but the driver's side window still did not work. So that led me to believe it's gotta be the motor. So we're gonna get into it, and here's what you need to do to be able to get this panel off. And I'll show you how easy it is actually to access the window motor on this. So here we go. So the first couple steps is you need to get back here behind the handle on a 2011, and you can see I've already taken the little panel off here. There's a screw in here, and then there's another panel down here that covers up this screw, which we still got to get out here. And with that, you're going to be using a Torx. Now this Torx was a Torx 15, so it's pretty small. And then you'll also need a bigger one here pretty soon. This is a Torx 30. So those are the two Torx you'll basically need. And then you'll also need a trim removal tool, which we're going to get into here in just a sec. Well, now that we have that screw and that screw out, now what we're going to do is we're going to use a trim removal tool like I was talking about. And the one I've got is from my little trim removal tool kit. Has this kind of like a pry bar look to it. But we're going to start, we're just going to go along the edges all the way around the bottom, the sides. But first, you need to get this panel off. Really pretty easy. You just kind of got to get in here and just pop it off. It's really only held on by a couple little plastic tabs inside there. Let me pop this off here. Hard to do with just one hand. Just pull straight out here. It's got a clip, just two plastic clips, I think, that have little metal barbs on them, if I remember right. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you've got the one that goes straight up and down because it sits like this. So a straight up and down one, and then you have a horizontal one, both with kind of like the metal little tabs on them as well. But yeah, just pops straight out towards you. And now we'll get on with taking the whole panel off here just with our trim removal tool. All right, now we have this panel loose, as you can see. And then from here, you're just gonna lift it straight up off this little, they got like a little ledge up here. You're gonna lift it straight up, takes it right off. Be careful though, because obviously you're gonna have some connections here. It might be a good idea to take this switch panel out here, disconnect that. Then you can lift it off. You will still have the locking mechanism, the actual wire that pulls this up and down. So just be careful, just don't go ripping this whole thing off. So for our van, here are the two clips. We only have power mirrors, power locks, and windows for the front. We don't make power rear windows or power vent on this switch here, so it's pretty simple. And really it's just, you've got this little tab here, you'll press down to release on the bigger one, and the same on the front little one, which I'm pretty sure goes to the mirrors, but again, just a little tab back here, you're gonna press down and pull that out of the receptacle. Now we can lift this panel off. Like I was saying, there is that cable that goes to the handle to release the door latch and all that, so it is still attached. Don't really feel like taking that off, and it's not a big deal. We'll just kind of set it against the door panel here, but now you can see everything inside your door, and there is the offending piece. That is our window motor. Now, before you take that out, that is basically what's holding our window up. So what I've already done is definitely make sure you put painter's tape or something on there just to hold that window up. So when you take that motor out, it's not just going to drop back down, and I'm not sure if you'll have a mess or not. It's just one of those things that I would rather be safe than sorry. So, all right, let's get this window motor out, get the new one in. This is where you'll be using that T30 on the 3 bolts that hold this in. I've already disconnected it. Here's the wiring that it holds that in. And it's one of those that it's got that little cavity on here. See, if I remember right, you're pressing against here to actually release that, if I remember right. I think it's gonna be easier to disconnect this first to give yourself some room to get this out. Or, you know, depending on what yours looks like, it may be easier to take this off and then disconnect. So just keep that in mind. Let's get this thing off here. All right, we've got all of our T30 Torx out, and you might have to do a little bit of wiggling because if I remember right, oh, yep. You've got that gear that goes straight into the hole there and splines up. So yeah, you may have to wiggle it around a little bit, but there's that. Let's get the new one in. So we've made our connection here and I've pushed it back on. Now we've got to put our 3 bolts back in and we'll see if we got this thing working. Well, we've got it all tightened back down. Since I'm not, you know, a certified mechanic, I'm not sure what the torque specs are on that, but it is plastic housing. So once I got it tight, I didn't go any further. You know, as long as it's snug and isn't vibrating or, you know, moving around, it is good. You don't need to get too forceful with it. So now we need to put our door card back on. You just need to line it up so it goes back over this here, and then you're gonna rest it right here in this slot that we have here along the window and just let it fall back down. Make sure too, if you have disconnected these, that well, now that you have disconnected these, make sure you pull those through, that you don't get them kind of bound up in there. So when you're putting this back on, pull those through, make sure you got plenty to be able to reconnect them. So let's get this door card back on. Let's see if we did what we were hoping we were going to do. Fix this window so the wife's happy. All right, let's see if we fix this window. Perfect, the one touch down worked. Now we have to hold for back up. Awesome. Project done, wife happy. Well, that project is completed. I am sure my wife will be extremely happy that she'll be able to open her driver's window again. But yeah, that was our 2011 Grand Caravan. I know usually we're working on our Bronco, but we got to keep this thing on the road a little bit longer while we're getting some other stuff taken care of. So I'm glad that Dodge made this super simple, and that getting the door card off was easy and accessing the window motor was really easy. So if you found this informative, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, because Monk and I were constantly finding tips, tricks, and products that we use on our Bronco and our van that you can use on yours. But as always, we appreciate you watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.